Welcome back to the deep dive. Ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels with upper body training, doing rep after rep, but not really getting the results you want?
Yeah, hitting those plateaus is really common.
Exactly. So today, we're digging into a source that lays out what it calls an ultimate upper body workout. It's this really comprehensive plan designed for, well, both serious strength and muscle growth hypertrophy, Our mission here is to unpack it, not just the what, but the why behind it all. We want you to walk away understanding how to build that stronger, more muscular upper body, kind of with a clear roadmap.
And that's important because this isn't just some random list of exercises thrown together. It's actually a pretty well thought out system.
Right.
Understanding how it's structured can, I think, really help avoid that feeling of being overwhelmed with information. You get those aha moments about how it all fits together.
Okay, so let's dive into that structure first. The big picture, the weekly plan. Our source maps out a 3 to 4 day split per week. It typically starts Monday with a push day. That's your chest, shoulders, triceps.
Got it.
Tuesday flips to a pull day back and biceps.
Makes sense.
Wednesday is either complete rest or maybe some light cardio and core work. Your choice?
A bit of active recovery, maybe?
Yeah. Then Thursday, you're back for a full upper body session, but this one's specifically focused on strength.
Interesting. A dedicated strength day midweek.
And then Friday is optional. It's flagged for weak point training. So if your shoulders lag or maybe arms, you hit them again.
So you can personalize it a bit there.
Exactly. And the weekend, rest or, again, maybe some light cardio.
So what's fascinating here isn't just the muscle rest, though that's obviously key. It's how this split manages, well, overall fatigue.
So you mean beyond just the muscles themselves?
Yeah, exactly. Like your central nervous system takes a hit from heavy lifting. Separating push and pull helps, but having that dedicated strength day versus, say, more volume days and then that optional specific work, it caters to different types of recovery and adaptation. It's quite strategic.
That's a great point. Okay, let's zoom in on day one then. The power of push. Chest, shoulders, triceps. This is where things get interesting, right?
The big movers first, usually.
Yeah. It kicks off with two main compound lifts. First, the classic barbell bench press. Source says 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. Obviously hitting chest, front delts, triceps.
Standard range for strength and some hypertrophy.
Right. And the source really emphasizes full range of motion and controlled lowering. No bouncing off the chest.
Crucial. Absolutely crucial for safety and effectiveness.
Then you move to the standing overhead shoulder press. Barbell or dumbbells, your pick. 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps.
Targeting shoulders mainly, but triceps get hit hard too.
And the big form cue here is keep core tight, avoid leaning back. Really got to brace yourself.
Yeah, protect that lower back and keep the tension on the delts.
Okay, so after those big foundational lifts, you get into the accessory work. First, incline dumbbell press. 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Source says this emphasizes upper chest.
Good for hitting that clavicular head.
Then lateral raises. 3 sets, but higher reps here, 15 reps. Isolating those side deltoids.
Ah, the cannonball delts builder.
Exactly. And the note here is important. Use light, moderate weight. Focus on form.
No swimming.
Then for triceps, overhead triceps extension dumbbell or cable. 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Pure isolation.
Hitting that long head of the triceps.
And finally, triceps dips. Bench or parallel bars.
Yeah.
3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Says use body weight or add weight if strong.
A great compound finisher for triceps.
So you mentioned form over weight for lateral raises. Why is that specific cue so critical there compared to, say, the bench press?
Well, it boils down to the goal of the exercise, really. With compounds like bench press, especially in that 6-10 rep range, you are trying to move significant weight to build strength and dense muscle fiber, myofibrillar hypertrophy, right?
Okay.
But with isolation moves like lateral raises, the target muscle, the side delt, is smaller and easier to, well, cheat on. If you go too heavy, your traps, your back, momentum,
Yeah.
they all jump in.
Right. I've seen that happen.
Yeah. So lighter weight strict form ensures the lateral delt is doing the work, creating metabolic stress, that pump you feel. That contributes to sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, more fluid in the muscle cell, giving that fuller look. It's precision work.
That makes a lot of sense. Different tools for different jobs, essentially. Okay, let's shift gears to day 2, the art of the pull. Back and biceps focus.
All right. Building that thickness and width.
So this day can start heavy too. Deadlifts are listed, but as optional. 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps.
Low reps, heavy weight, strength focus.
Yeah, and the source notes you could save it for leg day if you do a different split, but calls it great for full posterior chain activation.
That's true. It hits everything on the backside. It's almost a full body exercise on its own. Putting it on pull day is interesting. Depends on your overall weekly structure, I guess.
Good point. If you do skip deadlifts here or after them, the choice is pull-ups or lat pull-downs. 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. Classic back builders.
Targeting the lats primarily. And the source mentions using assistance if needed.
Yep. Use assistance or bands if needed, making it
Aw.
accessible.
Good. Form over ego again.
Then barbell or dumbbell bent over rows, 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps, hits the middle back, rear delts, traps, kind of everything in the upper mid back.
Rows are fundamental for back thickness.
Now for the accessory movements on pull day. First up, face pulls, cable or bands, 3 sets, 15 reps.
Yes. Love face pulls.
The source highlights them for rear delts, upper traps, great for posture.
Absolutely crucial. So many people neglect rear delts and external rotation. It balances out all the pushing.
Then seated cable rows, or maybe T-bar rows, 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, targeting rhomboids and mid-back, more thickness work.
Getting into the details of the back musculature there.
And then for biceps. First, bicep barbell curls, 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, and the key cue, keep elbows stationary to avoid cheating.
The classic mistake, swinging the weight up using your back.
Exactly. Finally, hammer curls, dumbbells or cable, 3 sets, 12 reps. Source says this hits the brachialis and forearms.
Right. The brachialis sits under the main bicep muscle. Training it adds thickness, overall arm size, plus forearm and grip strength, always useful.
So connecting this back, that emphasis on back work, especially things like face pulls, it seems really important for just, well, standing up straight and avoiding problems.
Oh, definitely. You see so many people who are front dominant, overdeveloped chest and front shoulders, weak upper back. Leads to that rounded shoulder posture.
Yeah, keyboard posture.
Exactly. Exercises like face pulls directly counteract that by strengthening the muscles that retract and externally rotate the shoulder. And building that brachialis and forearm strength with hammers isn't just for looks. It improves your grip for rows, for deadlifts, for pull-ups. It carries over. It's about building a balanced, functional upper body.
Totally makes sense. Okay, now day 3. This one's a bit different. A hybrid day, mixing strength and hypertrophy goals.
Combining different stimuli.
The source says this day really allows you to maximize your gains. But, you hear warnings about overtraining. Is trying to do both strength and size work in one session always a good idea? How does this specific setup work?
That's a really good question. And the effectiveness here, I think, comes down to how it's structured. It's not just throwing everything at the wall.
Right.
You typically start with the heavier, lower rep compound lifts. That's your strength focus, firing up the nervous system, recruiting maximum muscle fibers.
Right, get the heavy stuff done first.
Exactly. Then you transition into techniques like supersets with higher reps. These are fantastic for creating metabolic stress, getting a pump, maximizing time under tension, all drivers in hypertrophy.
So you're hitting different pathways in the same workout.
Precisely. You get the neural drive from the heavy lifting, then the metabolic stress and cell swelling from the volume work. It can be very effective without necessarily leading to overtraining if programmed smartly.
Okay, let's look at the specifics for this hybrid day then. It starts with that compound focus. Incline barbell press, 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps, strength plus upper chest focus.
Lower reps than the pure push day incline press. More strength-oriented.
Then weighted pull-ups or weighted rows. 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps for back thickness and strength.
Again, adding load for that strength stimulus on a pull movement.
And then standing Arnold press. 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Source says great for front and side delts.
Arnold press hits the shoulder through a greater range of motion involving rotation. Nice choice for a hybrid day.
But then it shifts gears, like you said, into a superset circuit focusing on hypertrophy. We should probably explain supersets quickly.
Yeah, good idea. Basically, you do 2 exercises back-to-back with little to no rest in between. Then you rest after the pair.
Right. So this workout has 3 supersets of cable chest flies, immediately followed by lateral raises, 15 reps each. Source calls it constant tension plus deltoid burn.
Oof. Yeah, that's going to create a serious pump. High reps, constant tension.
Then another superset. Incline dumbbell curls paired with overhead triceps extensions. 3 rounds, 12 reps each. For isolate arms, build peak.
Direct arm work, hitting biceps and triceps together, efficient.
And the finisher.
Yeah.
Plank rows or renegade rows. 3 sets, 10 reps each side, emphasizing core plus back engagement.
Nice. Anti-rotation core work combined with a pulling motion. Very functional.
So this combination of heavy compounds, then lighter high-rep supersets.
Yeah.
It sounds intense, but also efficient.
It really is. You're leveraging different physiological mechanisms. The heavy compounds trigger the strength adaptations, the release of anabolic hormones. The supersets then flood the muscles with blood, cause metabolic stress, cell swelling, all signals for growth. It hits the muscle from multiple angles, using different rep ranges and stress types. It's a smart way to chase both strength and size together.
Okay, we've laid out the exercises, the sets, the reps, the weekly flow, but just doing the exercises isn't the whole story, is it? I've seen people follow great plans but miss key details and wonder why they aren't progressing.
Absolutely. The stuff around the workout is just as critical, maybe even more so sometimes.
Our source hits these points hard. Let's talk about them. What's the first fundamental piece beyond just the lifts?
Rest times between sets. It seems small, but it matters. The source recommends 60-90 seconds for the big compound lifts.
Okay, bit longer there.
Yeah, allows for more recovery, lets you maintain strength for the next set. But for the isolation exercises, it suggests shorter rests, 30, 45 seconds.
Keep the intensity up, keep the pump going.
Exactly. It shifts the focus towards metabolic stress for those hypertrophy-focused movements.
All right, and then the big one, progressive overload. We hear this term all the time. What does it actually mean for someone following this plan week to week?
It's the absolute cornerstone of getting stronger or bigger. Simply put, you have to consistently ask your body to do more than it's used to.
Oh, just add more weight.
That's one way, probably the most common. Add a little weight to the bar, but you can also aim for more reps with the same weight, or do an extra set, or even just improve your technique, making the same weight feel harder on the target muscle. The point is, you need to progress somehow over time. Otherwise, your body just adapts and stays the same.
Makes sense. You got to give it a reason to change. And tied into that, the source mantra, form first, quality, quantity, suggests using mirrors or even recording yourself. Why is this still so vital even if you're trying to progressively overload?
It's paramount. Because if your form breaks down trying to lift heavier or do more reps, are you really overloading the target muscle?
Probably not right. You're just bringing other stuff in.
Exactly. You start using momentum, other muscle groups compensate. Not only does that increase injury risks significantly, but it actually reduces the stimulus on the muscle you're trying to grow. Good form ensures the tension stays where you want it. It's about effective reps, not just moving weight from A to B.
Okay, crucial point. And finally, the pillars often neglected outside the gym. Fuel and recovery. The source gets specific.
Yeah.
Enough protein, like 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. And sleep, 7 to 9 hours a night. Why are these non-negotiables if you're training this hard?
Because the magic doesn't happen in the gym. The gym is where you create the stimulus, the micro damage to the muscle fibers.
Right.
The growth happens when you recover. Protein provides the literal building blocks, amino acids, to repair that damage and build the fibers back stronger and thicker. If you don't eat enough protein, it's like trying to build a brick wall without enough bricks. You just can't do it effectively.
And sleep.
Sleep is prime time for recovery and growth. That's when your body releases the most growth hormone, when muscle protein synthesis is high, when your nervous system recovers. Skimp on sleep and you sabotage all those processes. You can have the best workout plan, perfect form, progressive overload. But without adequate protein and sleep, your results will be seriously hampered. You're just digging a hole you can't recover from.
Wow, okay. So putting it all together, the workout plan is the map, but the rest, the form, the fuel, the sleep, that's the vehicle and the fuel to actually make the journey.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah. So there you have it. We've gone deep into this comprehensive upper body plan. The split, the push, the pull, the hybrid day, and those absolutely critical tips for making it all work. Hopefully you're feeling well-informed and ready to maybe apply some of this.
Definitely. And just one final thought. While this plan provides a really solid framework, remember that everyone's body responds a bit differently.
True.
So listen to your body. Don't be afraid to make small adjustments based on how you feel, how you recover. Maybe you need slightly more rest. Maybe one exercise doesn't feel right for you. The principles are key, but always prioritize consistency and long-term health over pushing too hard too fast. It's a marathon after all.
Couldn't agree more. Great advice. Keep learning, keep lifting smart, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.